Hey guys, so today I want to share with you my top three very practical, very simple tips that whenever I utilize them, they always bring me into a state of immediate meditation and presence. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one is going to be using your visual senses, okay? It's great for open-eyed meditation. It's great for whenever you're out and about and obviously you've got to have your eyes open, you're running chores or whatever, but you just want to look around you. And as humans, we're very accustomed to looking at the objects within the space, the things that are appearing within our 3D reality. But this time I want you to look at the space itself. So, for example, say I'm in this room right now. Instead of looking at the specific 3D objects, I am looking at the space that allows those objects to be, the space that allows everything to be. A really, really great time to do this exercise is if it's a very starry night, or even in the daytime. You're seeing the clouds, but you're seeing the vastness that allows those clouds to be, the vastness of space that allows those stars to be. Very, very, very powerful. If you're a very visual person, it's going to help you a lot. For number two, we're going to be focusing on audio. We're going to be using our listening senses. So as you can imagine, very much like the visual one, where we were looking at the space that encapsulates all 3D objects, we are now going to be listening for the silence that encapsulates all sounds, the silence that allows the sounds, the space to be. So for this one, obviously, it may be easier to be in a very quiet space. Maybe put some noise cancelling headphones on if you have that. But if you don't have a quiet space and you have access to that, honestly, you can do this even if it's noisy. You just close your eyes, listen to the sounds, and then tune in and listen to that very subtle underlying sound of silence, which sounds very paradoxical. But yeah, listening for that underlying presence of the silence. Or if it's too loud, listen for the breaks in the noise. Maybe you've got a lot of cars passing by, but focus your attention on listening to the space in between the cars passing, the space in between the people talking. Just really listen for that underlying static of silence. We all kind of know what silence sounds like. It's like that very quiet, almost ringing sensation. And yeah, even though there's sounds happening, I can still hear it. I can still hear its constant underlying presence. So yeah, that was number two. And now finally moving on to number three, my personal favorite one. We are going to be using our sensing abilities. Not necessarily our touch senses, tactile senses, but a more abstract, I guess you could say, kind of sense. We're basically going to be sensing the space within our body, our inner body. If you are new to sensing the inner body, it will be very, very helpful for you to practice it when you have the time and space to sit down and be very present, close your eyes, focus inwards. But once you become more advanced with this specific practice, you can do it anywhere, and it's a very powerful practice for me because it very much anchors me in the presence, even if I'm doing something, even if I'm talking to someone, out shopping, running errands, doing whatever, I can always anchor my awareness within the body and do everything else from that space. So to practice this one, I'd recommend closing your eyes at first. Like I said, finding a quiet space. And the breath can be a really good gateway into exploring this one. The breath can really help take you into your body. So take 3 deep breaths, just in out, and really focus on the sensation of that breath, the movement of your belly, the movement of that air coming in and going down. And once you've taken these 3 deep breaths, I want you to just try and keep your awareness to the best of your ability within that chest space, around that heart center. Just focus your intention and your awareness there. The more you do this, it should start to feel like a subtle warm emanation, like a nice warm glow from this center point. And from this point, you can start spreading this awareness out into different aspects of your body. The arms, the hands are a really good one to do. A really helpful place to focus on is the palms. Maybe put them face up like that. Don't have them touching a surface. And with practice, you should be able to start feeling almost like a tingling sensation across the skin, throughout the hand and the limbs, and like I said, the chest. You can bring it down, put it into the legs. But really what we're doing here is we are practicing inner body awareness. Practicing taking the awareness, which is usually so absorbed in the head, by the mind, in the mental space, and just again and again, just practicing bringing it down into the body, bringing it down into the heart, bringing it down and grounding it within the physical being. You'd be surprised how many people go around almost as if they're a floating head. They're not even aware of their body. They're not even feeling their body at all. Isn't it strange? We all have a body, but we hardly ever actually feel it. We actually hardly ever embody it fully. We're always just in the head, in the head, in the head, in the mind. Kind of crazy if you think about it. The reason these 3 practices work so well is because they're getting you to focus on the absence of stuff in the 3D world. You're focusing on space, which is the absence of objects. You are focusing on silence, which is the absence of sound. And you are focusing on the spaciousness within your body. You're focusing on the emptiness that allows everything to be. You are focusing on the foundation of existence itself. And this works so well because, of course, as within, so without. If you are focusing on the outside world, the space, the silence, and the inner body space that allows the body to be, then that translates to the inner world, the world of thoughts, beliefs, mental ruminations, daydreams, the things we get so caught up in that make it so difficult for us to enter that meditative state. So basically, the more you focus on the emptiness without, you become more aware of the emptiness within, the emptiness that is your true nature, the emptiness that allows all the thoughts, all the mental narratives, the space to arise. And that's why I think these 3 very practical tools are so powerful and so easy. They're so easy to utilize. You don't need to be sat in the perfect position, in the perfect space, under the perfect conditions, and really sit down and carve out that time to practice. You can do these 3 things wherever you are. And that is why I love them so much and I use them so often. Like I said, my favorite personally is the inner body one, but honestly, the other 2 are just as effective. So have fun with it. Try these out for yourself. Find out which one resonates with you the most. And I hope they truly serve you and benefit your life. Thank you for watching.